I got something new to play with you guys. It is the brand new white fuse from Gina K Designs, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's take a look at what you get in this box. All right, so here we have the fuse machine, and it is so super light, you guys. This is a beautiful machine, but there's a protective cover on it, so it's a good idea to go ahead and take that off. That's a lot of ASMR. Okay, so white fuse machine with this dark teal wording. That is just beautiful. Love it so much. Even the button is kind of teal. So inside of the box with your machine, you have, most importantly, the owner's manual, so you can know what buttons do what. It talks about the settings panel, the input tray, all of that important information there. Then you have 2 sheets of foilable paper. This one has the birthday balloons, which is really fun. And this one has beautiful butterflies. You also have a pack of foil. In both silver and gold. You also have, what's really important, is a carrier sheet, and this is what you use to put your designs in as you feed them through the fuse. In addition to this brand new machine that I have sitting here on my desk, I also received some new Poly Glaze sheets. So this one is called You Have My Heart, and it looks like some really fun patterned kind of wonky hearts. Love that one. This one is called Layered Candles, so a really fun candle design. This one is Bold Balloons, and I love this that they overlap each other. That's really fun. Then you have Superstar. Can you imagine that in kind of a rainbow foil? Next is Blanket of Snow, and these are really gorgeous detailed snowflakes. Then you have Favorite Floral. So these really delicate florals with scrolls in the background, really gorgeous. Then you can't forget about how important the plain white Poly Glaze sheets are to use up your negative pieces from everything that you foil. So I'll be showing you how you can use these too. Okay, so for my first card front, you can see my fuse here is heating up. I've just pressed it up to the 3 by pushing this 3 times. So when the light is flashing red like that, it shows red on my end, it shows green on your end. But when it's flashing, that means it's still heating up. So I'm going to, oh, there it goes. And now it is ready to go. So that beep and then the solid light means that it is heated up. So it's really fast to heat up. I'm gonna grab a sheet of the Poly Glaze, maybe 2, maybe we'll just go ahead and do 2 here. And my carrier sheet. Now I am going to start with the silver that was included with the fuse. So right away when you get your fuse machine, if you already have some Poly Glaze on hand, you are good to go ahead and get started. I'm going to just turn this over and cut my foil to the same size as the Poly Glaze sheet so that I don't waste any of my foil. Then I'm going to place this with the non-pretty side down against the design of my Poly Glaze. So you want your design facing up and the pretty side of the foil facing up too. I am going to stick this in my carrier sheet, and you can get extras of these carrier sheets as well. There we go. So that is nice and flat in there, and it's covering up my Poly Glaze. Then I can gently put it into my machine, and you will feel the machine start to pull it. Okay. Still a little bit warm, but nothing hot to the touch. All right, ready for the reveal? Poly Glaze is so amazing. Look at that. Now, that is how fast this is. It just takes a few seconds and you have this beautiful foiled background. Now let's do that one again, this time in teal, and then I'll show you how you can use the negative. Next, I'm grabbing a sheet of Gina K's Fancy Foils in Turquoise Sea. It's probably my favorite color of hers. And I'm going to, again, cut this down to fit the Poly Glaze sheet. Then I will place that in my carrier. And then I can run it through. Okay, I'm ready for the reveal of this one. Oh, wow. Yeah, Turquoise Sea is pretty amazing with this one. Wow, I love it. Okay, so let's take our negative piece and put that on some white Poly Glaze and see what that creates. Okay, so here I have my Poly Glaze foiling sheets. I have cut one sheet into half to give me 4 A2 pieces, and I'm going to take my negative Turquoise Sea piece here and put that right on top of the Poly Glaze sheet, and then put this in my carrier. And it's pretty amazing that you can use every last piece of your foil just by getting these Poly Glaze foiling sheets. Okay, let's take a look at this reveal. I'm really excited. How fun is that? So you can have this amazing foiled background by using these Poly Glaze sheets and the negative space on your foil. I love it. There are so many amazing different types of specialty foil out there. I especially like to check Gina's shop for her foil and use deco foil. And this one is called Gold Glitter. So you can see that amazing glitter, and it almost has kind of a rainbow effect to it too. So I'm going to pull out a sheet of this gold glitter and the Superstar Poly Glaze foiling sheets to do this one. Now again, I'm going to cut this down so that I don't waste any of my foil. Pop it in my carrier sheet. And then run it through. Okay, I can't wait to see this one. It's going to be spectacular. Oh my goodness. Look at those stars. It gives you like a rainbow effect, and that gives me an idea for creating a card with this one. But let's not waste the negative space. Let's grab a Poly Glaze sheet, and you can tell what is the right side up because it has a sheen to it. Do you see that sheen there? That's how you can tell the right side up. And pop your design on it right side up. Put that in your carrier sheet and run that through. It's just so easy. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Wow, oh my goodness. Had a little lift right there, but I can just trim this panel down, and my goodness, that is a very shiny panel for a card. I love it. Okay, now that we have some panels foiled, why don't we just go ahead and create a really quick and easy card? Because you saw how quick it was to foil those panels. So next I'm going to just ink blend over the top of my foiled panel to give it some color. And that's what's great about having these nice white Poly Glaze sheets, and they take your ink so beautifully, so they're perfect for ink blending. So I started out with Passionate Pink. Next I'm going to Wild Dandelion. I'm going to blend in the center of my card and go into where I've ink blended using the Passionate Pink to give myself a little bit of orange there. And lastly, I'm going to use turquoise C to get this bottom corner and give myself a little bit of green as well where it mixes with the yellow. And you can go back and adjust how much of each color you want. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of that yellow to bring me more green down here in that bottom right corner. There we go. How awesome is that rainbow? Okay, I was a little quick to put away my fuse because I found the perfect sentiment to use with my sparkly star background. This is from the Smile, Sparkle, and Shine Poly Glaze foiling sheets. You get 3 of these sheets in 8.5 by 11, and they have lots of different sentiments. So you have happy birthday, we will be best friends forever, you know too much, smile, sparkle, shine, life is better with friends, best friends forever, and thank you for everything. So lots of really nice sentiments on here. I thought the happy birthday was really special. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut that one out. Okay, and then I have the perfect size piece left over of turquoise C foil. And so I'm gonna put this in my carrier and run that through. Okay, let's take a look at our sentiment. Wow, that turquoise sea is so pretty. And I love that it's a bit darker than the gold, so it's gonna really stand out on the front of my card. Now, before I unplug my machine, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. I have another remnant here of turquoise sea, and instead of just putting that back in the package, I thought I might as well use it. And so what I can do here is take my negative piece that I foiled earlier with the star on the front. This still has poly glaze on the back. So my plan was to put the turquoise sea piece in the center here, and I can always run this through and then die cut a shape with it. So let's take a look at what this turns out like. Okay, get ready to be wowed. So there you've added turquoise stars to the gold background, and you can just use this piece to die cut out shapes or a square, a mat, anything. Okay, so the first fun thing we're going to do to create our card is to use Master Layouts 2, and I'm using this largest stitched rectangle to cut out the center of my blended panel. Now I want to make sure that this is right in the center. I just remembered that my brand new magnetic mat from scrapbook.com just came in. So if you are shopping for the new fuse machine at scrapbook.com, be sure to add this to your cart. It is so exciting to have this on hand. Okay, look at that. Okay, so I have the outside frame and then the stitched window, which I can't get off. Look at how pretty that is. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to use both, and it's going to look really cool. The other thing that I need to do before I stop die cutting is to cut out my sentiment, and I'm using some nested circles from scrapbook.com. So these are great because they're nested. You can create a mat with the circles too. So we're going to do that with some turquoise sea cardstock. So I'm going to put this in the machine and run that through too. Look at that. Perfect. So here is my A2 top folded card base, and I created this using Nina Solar white cardstock. And then I have my frame. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Gina K tape runner and add this frame to my A2 card base. And you just want to make sure that it lines up with the exterior of your card. Next, I'm grabbing my foam tape here and I'm going to pop up the center portion of my foiled panel. The most important thing here is that you take your time to get this lined up properly so that you don't see any of the white edges. See how that looks? It's really cool. Okay, next we are going to adhere our sentiment to the larger circle. So I also want to pop up my sentiment, but I don't want it to be as thick as the lower panel. So I'm using 1mm foam adhesive from scrapbook.com. So this is just going to give it a little bit of lift without adding too much thickness. And then we'll put this one right in the center. Just like that. So much shine on here. But there's no sparkle, so maybe we should add a few rhinestones. So we have a foiled background and a foiled sentiment, so we might as well take this card over the top, right? So I'm going to add a couple of the Angel Aura rhinestones from Gina K Designs that are really gorgeous. And I'm just going to do kind of a diagonal line going up through the sentiment circle. So this is definitely a card for someone who loves all things sparkly and shiny. And there's our completed foiled card. It's so much fun. Thanks so much for watching as I used the brand new fuse machine from Gina K Designs, now available, and you can find it in my video description by hitting that more button below. I love all of my tools to be in white, so I'm really excited to add this to my stash. Be sure to check out all of the Poly Glaze products that I showed off in today's video, also listed in the video description. There are so many amazing things you can do with the Poly Glaze products, and there are actually coordinating products that coordinate with them as well, like stencils and dies. I'm really excited to use them all. Foiling with these products is so fun and so easy, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more card making videos, and happy creating, friends.